In the quiet, shadowed corners of our world, there exists a legal system far older than any human civilization. It operates without judges in robes, without written laws, and without the possibility of an appeal. It takes place in the gray light of dawn or the dying embers of a sunset, often in the very trees that overhang our suburban streets or silent forests. This is the world of the Crow Court. To the casual observer, it looks like a chaotic gathering of birds, a noisy murder of crows filling the air with frantic caws. But if you look closer, if you truly watch, you will see something chillingly organized. You are witnessing a trial, and in this court, the sentence is often final. Welcome back to the Hidden Yard. Today, we are peeling back the veil on one of nature's most disturbing enigmas, the Crow Parliament. Why do these highly intelligent creatures hold trials for their own kind? What crimes could a bird possibly commit to deserve a collective execution? And what does this tell us about the dark side of animal intelligence? Prepare yourself, because once you understand what is happening in the trees above you, you will never look at a crow the same way again. To understand the trial, we must first understand the mind of the accused and the jury. Crows are not merely birds. They are evolutionary masterpieces. In the scientific community, they are often referred to as feathered primates. Their brain-to-body ratio is startlingly similar to that of a chimpanzee or even a human child. They possess the ability to recognize individual human faces, even after years of separation. They can solve multi-step puzzles that would frustrate a toddler. They use tools, they plan for the future, and most importantly, they possess a complex social structure built on a foundation of strict rules. In a society this intelligent, chaos is the enemy. A group of crows, famously known as a murder, relies entirely on the collective for survival. They share information about food sources, they coordinate attacks on predators, and they protect each other's nests. But with high intelligence comes the potential for deviance. Where there are rules, there are those who will break them. And in the world of the crow, a rule breaker isn't just a nuisance, they are a threat to the entire lineage. So what constitutes a crime in the crow world? While we cannot crawl inside their minds, decades of observation by ornithologists have given us startling clues. One of the most common reasons for a crow court is the theft of food, not from a predator, but from the murder's own fledglings. In a harsh winter, food is life. A crow that greedily hoards resources or steals from the weak is seen as a parasite. Another grave offense is cowardice or betrayal. If a crow fails to give a warning call when a hawk or an owl approaches, or if it leads a predator back to the communal roost to save its own skin, it has signed its own death warrant. The trial begins with the call of assembly. It is a specific, haunting cadence, a series of low, rhythmic caws that sound nothing like the usual chatter of the yard. It is a summons. Crows from miles around begin to descend. They don't arrive with a flurry of noise. They arrive in an eerie, respectful silence. They take their places on the surrounding branches, forming a perfect, grim circle. In the center of this circle sits the defendant. If you were to see this, you would notice a change in the accused bird's demeanor. Its feathers are often ruffled, its head lowered. It doesn't try to fly away. Why? Perhaps it knows that in a sky filled with its peers, there is nowhere to hide. The parliament then begins its deliberation. This phase can last for hours. The crows will emit strange, guttural clicking sounds, alternating with long periods of absolute stillness. They are observing. They are judging. There are three possible outcomes to a crow court. The first is acquittal. The gathering simply disperses, and the bird is allowed to reintegrate. The second is exile. The accused is chased away, harried and pecked until it leaves the territory, forced to survive as a loner, which in the wild is often a slow death sentence. But it is the third outcome that haunts the nightmares of those who have witnessed it: the execution. When the verdict is death, the silence is broken by a single, sharp command. In an instant, the circle collapses. The murder descends as one. This is not a quick or clean kill. It is a brutal, systematic dismantling. They use their powerful, multi-purpose beaks like hammers, targeting the head and the wings. The intensity of the violence is shocking, a stark contrast to the quiet deliberation that preceded it. They are not just killing a bird. They are removing a stain from their society. But why? Why expend so much energy on justice? The answer lies in the cold logic of evolution. Crows are so socially advanced that their survival is tied to the common good. A deceptive crow, a thieving crow, or a cowardly crow weakens the entire group. By removing these individuals, the murder ensures that only the most cooperative and disciplined genes are passed down to the next generation. It is a form of self-policing that has allowed crows to thrive in almost every environment on Earth. This leads us to the second half of the mystery, the crow funeral. We have all seen it. A fallen crow on a suburban sidewalk, surrounded by dozens of its kin. For centuries, humans thought this was a display of grief. We projected our own emotions onto them, imagining they were mourning a fallen friend. But the truth discovered by modern science is far more fascinating, and far more hidden yard. When a crow finds a dead member of its species, it doesn't just fly past. It sounds a danger alarm. Within minutes, the area is swarmed. This isn't a funeral. It's a forensic investigation. The crows are gathered to learn. They are looking at the body to determine the cause of death. Was it a cat, a hawk, or a human with a trap? By studying the scene, they gather vital intelligence. If a specific human is seen near the body, every crow in that assembly will memorize that person's face. They will teach their children to fear that face. They will map the danger of the yard so that no other member of the murder falls victim to the same fate. This is the duality of the crow. They are a species capable of profound collective intelligence and terrifying collective violence. They hold trials to maintain the strength of the living, and they hold funerals to learn from the dead. They are the guardians of their own shadows. As we look at the crow court, we are forced to confront an uncomfortable truth. We often think of justice, law, and morality as uniquely human inventions. We like to believe that we are the only ones who judge right from wrong. But the crow court suggests otherwise. It suggests that once a species becomes intelligent enough, once it begins to live in complex societies, the need for order becomes a biological imperative. The crows didn't learn this from us. They evolved it. In the grand tapestry of the natural world, the crow court serves as a reminder that nature is not just a place of beauty and song. It is a place of calculation. It is a place where the hidden yard operates on a set of rules that are as ancient as the stars. The next time you see a group of crows gathering in the twilight, listen to the tone of their voices. Look at the way they sit on the branches, watching, waiting. Are they just resting before the night falls? Or is there a trial taking place? Is there a bird in the center of that circle whose life is being weighed in the balance? The more we learn about these black-winged geniuses, the more we realize that we are being watched by a society that is just as complex, and perhaps just as ruthless as our own. Nature doesn't have a police force, but it has the murder. It doesn't have a prison system, but it has exile. And it doesn't have a courthouse, but it has the parliament of the trees. The truth is often disturbing, hidden in plain sight, waiting for those who are brave enough to look up and see the shadows for what they truly are. Thank you for joining us in the yard today. If this deep dive into the dark side of nature intrigued you, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. We have many more secrets to uncover, many more mysteries that the world prefers to keep hidden. Tell us in the comments, have you ever witnessed the eerie silence of a crow assembly? Have you seen the justice of the wild firsthand? Share your stories below. Until next time, keep watching the shadows, because the truth is always there, waiting to be found.